Hello everyone, Britt here for Scrappy Boy Stamps, and today we're doing a tutorial of the gift card tag and gift card pocket dies. The largest die for the gift card tag cuts the front and back of the base in one complete piece. Also included are two label shapes, the smaller of which helps create a stitched window, while the larger is sized to conceal or replace a gift card. This set also includes one butterfly shaker panel and one layered butterfly embellishment. I also used the large label shape to cut a piece of acetate to back my window, and then I promptly forgot I did that, which I will show you later. Now here is a top tip. This base die not only cuts your shape and all of the stitch detailing, it also embosses all of your score lines. The tip here is that you should use a bone folder to reinforce those score lines because the stitch detail is quite close to those embossed lines. Due to that proximity, it is easy to fold the stitched line instead of the score line. So using a bone folder to help reinforce that embossing will help to make sure that your tag comes together the way that it was designed. As you can see, I didn't even need to use a scoring board, just the bone folder was enough to help it along. I would also recommend using your bone folder to burnish each of those folds because the flatter the fold, the easier the piece will go together, and the better your gift card and or note will fit in the tag when it's done. As I'm finishing up folding all of my score lines, you'll see that I have that extra tag shape piece in lavender sitting to the side. That piece is going to function as a liner for the inside of my tag, which I created by cutting my base die a second time and trimming away the shorter half of the base. And here I realize I need to trim just a bit more to make sure this functions perfectly as my liner. This step is optional, but I did it so that I could use this heart pattern from the I Love the Spa paper pack while covering up the manicure print on the opposite side because it doesn't match my project theme. Although I will say if you're using this as a standalone gift card holder, the extra layer definitely adds some stability that you might appreciate. Now listen up kids, this is where I made my mistake. What I should have done next was add my acetate window. What I actually did was completely forget that acetate even existed, and instead I added liquid glue to the tabs on the top and the side. Then I made sure to vigorously burnish those tabs, ensuring that there was absolutely no scenario in which I could open this back up. Normally, I would say that was a good thing. In fact, I was chugging right along here, feeling like I was doing extremely well, until I realized I had not put in the acetate. Feel free to laugh at my annoyed hand gestures. On the upside, this mistake turns into a teachable moment. In order to fix this, I first added some thin score tape around the edges of my acetate window and removed the protective backing. And then, here is the hack. Use a piece of waxy paper to cover all of the score tape except one strip. Insert the acetate with the score tape facing up, press down along the side where you have the exposed score tape, then slide the waxy paper out and press down around all sides of the window to adhere. Your acetate window is now correctly installed and your tears of despair have been avoided. At this point, your gift card holder is technically finished. As you can see, both a note and a gift card would fit in at the same time. Or you can just slip in the gift card alone, and then the window provides a little preview for the recipient. But you didn't think I was going to be finished with just this basic tag, did you? I wanted to give this tag a love theme, so I reached back for one of my favorite collections from late 2024, Blondie's Adventures. This collection is inspired by a classic fairy tale turned beloved family film. It features a spunky secret princess trapped in a tower, her loyal chameleon companion, one evil witch, one reluctant Prince Charming that learns it's better to be a good man than a con man, and a whole lot of hair. One of my favorite parts of this movie is that the princess and the chameleon keep using this cast iron pan as a weapon. It's amazing how often it gets their little misfit group out of trouble. Even though I wasn't planning on using it initially, I went ahead and cut the butterfly embellishment included in this set and used it as a little pull tab for the largest label shape. All I had to do was cut the wings twice and sandwich the large label between them at the top, making sure that there is enough liquid glue to hold it firmly on the front and the back of the label. Then I pressed the back and front firmly together so I could make sure there would be no peeling or separating. Then I cut the body of the butterfly once and attached it over the center of the wings on the front side to form the butterfly. With that done, our label can slide right back into the gift card holder. Now the little card is much easier to pull in and out of the pocket. My original idea was to add the sentiment to this card so that it could be revealed when I pulled the label out. But with my characters placed the way they were, I didn't end up liking the way it looked. But at the end of the day, I just removed it and put it on the outside of the tag. And even though that wasn't the original plan, I rolled with it and I ended up liking that much better. Now, because this is a tag, the base die does cut a ribbon slot into the top. I think it would be really cute to tie this to a gift bag or maybe add it to a wrapped present that already has ribbon on it. But since my project today is just a standalone gift card holder, I thought it would be fun to just put some various ribbons and trims through that, along with that glittery gold mesh that's meant for making wreaths. Then I cut all of it to the approximate length I would need, and then I used my reverse tweezers just to start pushing that through the ribbon slot. Now, I went back and forth with myself trying to figure out if I was actually going to leave all this in here. If you've been watching my videos on this channel for a while, you know that I like these tutorials to move pretty fast, and I focus on giving you instructions and tips and tricks that help you use your Scrappy Boy dies in the hopes that you'll be able to make more and struggle less. But it also occurs to me that it's important to show that even though I've put together probably thousands of dies at this point, and completed years and years of projects, some things, like this process, still require you to be a little bit patient and a little bit gentle. And soon enough, after you tug it here and you pull it there and then you try it over again and you give it a little zhuzh, you will eventually shape it into something you love. With my ribbon added, this project is done. This little gift card holder turned out so cute, and I think this is actually a versatile die to have in your stash. You could add it to a card, a mini book, or even a journal. And you know, with me, where there's one sample, there's bound to be two. I used the little butterfly shaker plate that comes with this die, and some additional shaker bits from my stash to put a fun shaker element in the window. The word shopping is from the 3D shopping bag die set, and magic is from the wicked wall mirror. I also used my favorite paper pack, the Enchanted Forest, for the base of the tag. Now I know this is when the tutorial usually ends, but I wanted to include another gift card option. This die set is called the Gift Card Pocket with Window, and it consists of 3 simple pieces. The piece with the tabs we'll call the base, this second piece we'll call the matted stitched layer, and this third piece we'll call the stitched window creator. For this example, you'll need to cut the matted stitched layer twice, and then use the window creator to create a window in one of these 2 pieces. I also went ahead and backed the window with a piece of acetate off camera. The base piece for this die also embosses the score lines. And just as we did with our tag project, we'll fold each of the tabs in and then burnish to make sure that we get a nice flat fold. Once all your tabs are folded in properly, I'll use my favorite little wax paper hack in order to put this together as a standalone gift card holder. With the wax paper cut down to size and inserted inside the base, I'll add liquid glue to all 3 tabs and then use the stitched layering piece with the window cut into it for my backing. I gave the pocket about 30 minutes off camera just to start really drying. Then I removed the small piece of waxy paper, which prevented the glue from sticking in places inside the pocket where I didn't want it. Then I'll add liquid glue to the other stitched matte layer, and I'll adhere the stitched piece to the base piece, which completes the assembly for this design and gives us a nice place to add some embellishment or a sentiment. Many times when I'm prepping for project videos, I will take an entire new stamp set, stamp it, cut it out, and color it. I know it's not for everyone, but I highly recommend coloring images in batches like that. In this instance, I had already stamped and colored this image from the Country Girl stamp set, so I was able to pull it out. Then I just used the butterfly shaker plate from the tag gift card holder and the stars from the Outer Space confetti shaker plate to make my embellishments. This project came together so quickly because I already had that pre-colored character. And I find that pre-coloring the entire set like that is a really fun way to do something crafty without the pressure of having to complete a project. And I know I've said it before, and I will say it again till the cows come home, those confetti shaker plates are an excellent investment for your stash. These little gold stars and purple butterflies completely transformed the front of my project. And I even had enough left over to add a few to the back. You really can't beat the confetti shaker plates for value and versatility as far as I'm concerned. Once I could convince myself to stop adding stars, the embellishing is complete, and this project is done. With my second project, I wanted to show you how versatile this die is. Instead of adding the backing panel and making it a standalone gift card holder, I adhered the base directly to the 3D shopping bag, which just goes to show you can add it to any gift item or card of your choice. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for sticking it out with me today. We love you in our little crafty community, and we could not do this without you. Speaking of community, we would love for you to come and join us on our Facebook group and follow us on Instagram. There you will find new releases, sales, shipping updates, a monthly challenge, and inspiration from our amazing design team. If you are interested in any of the stamp sets or die sets I used in today's projects, they are all available for purchase right now on scrappyboy.com. And links to the store, all of our social media, and everywhere you can find me are in the description box below. Lastly, if you like this video today, please make sure that you subscribe to the Scrappy Boy YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and make sure you click the notification bell so that you're notified of all future uploads. And as always, if nothing else, remember this. When it comes to gift giving, it is the thought that counts. But a gift card definitely doesn't hurt. See you next time. Bye.